Hi everybody and welcome. Now, before I start, I want to introduce a new feature because every so often I'm going to show you an old, obscure photographic object and I'm going to ask you what it is. I couldn't think of what to call this feature, so I came up with, what is this? Do you know, I don't think I thought long enough. So let's start with this one. What is it? Well, it's metal, it's made by Kodak, and it has a little wheel on its side, just there. Its shape is very Art Deco. I mean, as you can see, it has a gap at the pointy end. Anyway, I'll let you know what it is at the end of this video. That's if you haven't stopped, had a close look, and are reading what it is. In that case, you're cheating. Anyway, but first, so I was doing an autumn photo shoot in what must have been the dullest day of the year, with an extremely reactive and nervous dog, so no flash etc. could be used. I knew that I would have to transform a fairly dull set of images into more acceptable or autumnal ones. After all, that's what the photo shoot was about. Therefore, I knew it was all going to be down to Mr. Photoshop. I'm not going to bore you with my editing techniques on this occasion, so I've speeded up the whole process. But if anybody has any questions, obviously I'm more than happy to help or do a video about it. You've seen me do the layer masking, and this is it in action once again. I'm simulating a subtle shaft of light here and lifting dull areas, of course. But let's slow down because this is the bit I want to talk about. Yes, it's the vignetting, the creating of a dark frame around the subject. Now, I've got to admit, I don't particularly like this technique, and after all, we spend a fortune on lenses that don't produce the effect. So the question is, why do we use it? Well, why have I used it on this occasion, more importantly, rather roughly, I may say, in this demonstration? Anyway, it's because it's part of the new social media in thing. It's what I like to call the Instagram influence. Now, it's not just Instagram, it's Facebook too, but I kind of wanted to sound hip. Anyway, the point is, to produce images that my customers like, I've had to adapt or sell to an extent my artistic soul, I guess. So I suppose we all have to a percentage. Anyway, I can live with this, but when I got a notification and saw what someone had done to my picture, I couldn't believe it. Nor could I believe the amount of comments like, wow, stunning image, amazing colours, and that's incredible. Okay, calm down, because the last bit actually didn't happen, but I couldn't use somebody else's image to make the point. So I have seen pictures like that. People have done that to my pictures, and I just couldn't find them. But what I'm trying to illustrate is, are the apps dictating editing trends? Software like Photoshop isn't exactly foolproof, but now its effects are available on every phone and tablet. But much, much easier. The software is now designed to make these extreme adjustments, and people seem to be liking it. Now, the public are showing what they like, and frankly, some of it's shocking. Okay, let's take the vignetting that I did just now. It's way too strong, to be honest. I would never ever use that. And the warmth is overdone too. But that's what people want. That's what my customers want. So should we resist? Well, I've tried to stick to a more realistic style up until now, but unfortunately other photographers have just rocked up and sold to the people what the people want, apparently. So I caved in and joined the trend, albeit in a more subtle way. And hopefully the trend's a fleeting one. Anyway, that's my little rant over and done with. Did you guess what this is? It's a magnesium ribbon holder. Originally produced in around 1912 and sold all the way up to the Second World War. I guess the hint to the era, as I said before, was its gorgeous Art Deco style. But what was it used for? Well, they pulled a length of magnesium tape from the roll that would have been inside the folder, obviously a much smaller roll, and then basically set light to it. This lit up whatever they were trying to photograph, you see. because it was deemed safer than the powder tray. Also magnesium, but obviously in powder form. You see, the electronic camera flash didn't exist as such until the 30s, when someone had the bright idea to pack all this dangerous magnesium into a glass container. Unfortunately, often in the early days, the glass shattered during the flash process, but at least you hadn't burnt your fingers and could still pick the pieces of glass from out your forehead. How well did it work, you say? Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Now, I've got Andrew with me. He's been very quiet in the corner up till now. All right, mate?
Yes, mate.
Andrew will light the magnesium tape while I just pop my Ray-Ban safety glasses on. Andrew, remember not to look at it directly once it's lit, mate, okay? Okay, let's get rid of the lights. Alexa, office lights off. Alexa, video lights off.
Okay.
And I'm now being lit purely by the magnesium. How does it look, guys? Okay, well, thank you for joining me. If you like this video, please like it. And if you really like it, tell your friends and subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. You are the reason why I come up with these new ideas. And welcome to the early 19th century. Take care and see you all soon.